So you have to wonder, have I laid the coffee down? And am I drinking right now some calming tea? Let's take a sip. Get the frack out of here, baby. Future galactic drops. The magic of lower numbers. Are we going to get Drax that Hot Toys already teased? Are we going to get that Gamora because she was in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3? How about Adam Warlock? You know, we did get a solo Maul, even though he was only in there with, for a blink of an eye. How about Yondu? How about the Dark Side Anakin? Remember from the Obi-Wan series? Is this really calming tea? Or is it Cantina coffee? Let's go ahead and dive into it and find out, baby. Right now. And welcome everyone to another episode of Aries Tarrington's Drunk on Coffee right here at 6 Scale Cantina. Unless it's calming tea. Is it coffee? You have to wonder. Listen, please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And hey, while you're at it, please also go ahead and subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina. Thanks again for your support. This Star-Lord is sick. What they've been doing with the Guardians of the Galaxy, has also been sick, Hot Toys. And really, everything that they have been teasing, that they've been putting out like little tease banners with, also teasing in the background. Remember, they did that with the Attack of the Clones Wave 1, okay, with the super, with the battle droid. They had Mace Windu in the background there. What happened by the end of the year, last year in 2022? They went ahead and they dropped the Mace Windu. And are they going to go ahead and do this with the Nebula? Look, I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I say yes. And are they going to give you Drax? We have to, I believe, it is my opinion, we need to come into a new reality. Is the character too small, or it didn't sell before, or it didn't do this, or, listen, the production numbers, baby. The magic of lower production numbers is anything is possible. Even what you thought was not possible is possible. Now, honestly, also, now that Hot Toys is in its second decade of existence, of operation, of course, they're into Star Wars. They're into Marvel. They're going to be coming out with the characters that you have been longing for, or that you thought that they weren't going to be coming out with, or coming out with again. They're going to be coming out with all of those characters now. When it comes to Star Wars, since they had the Marvel license, they were doing Marvel before they were doing Star Wars. Now Star Wars is going ahead and catching up. Listen, anything that you can imagine with Star Wars is going to happen. It doesn't need to be a 5,000 piece minimum MOQ, minimum order quantity, to put out a particular character. I'm telling you right now, with that C-3PO from the Attack of the Clones Wave 1, I would be surprised, in my opinion anyway, if it was over 5,000 pieces. Well, Aries, then why put it out? Because you don't need to put it all out at once. They've already put it out again for the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi. Okay, with the Salacious Crumb and the little bit of differences that they put in with the same exact mold. Okay? So right off the bat there, if they only made like 3,000 of those for the Attack of the Clones, like the Arena Suit Boba Fett, here's another 3,000 for the Return of the Jedi. Maybe because it's Return of the Jedi, a little bit more, maybe 4,000. Okay, there's 7,000. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there at 7,000. And I'm just giving hypothetical numbers, but giving you like a case in point. Now, you're going to be coming out with C-3PO for, let's say, the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. You can get another 3,000 there. That's 10,000. Now, all of a sudden, you've had 10,000, just like you would have had with one release, but now you just put it out in 3 different releases. You can go ahead and multiply that by 2 and have 20,000 by 3, 30,000. How many different movies has C-3PO been in for Star Wars? How many different appearances C-3PO? How many future appearances from C-3PO are there going to be? The possibilities for that mold are endless. The same thing with R2-D2. Okay? And even when you're not reusing molds, coming out with lower production numbers seems to be the new norm right now when it comes to Hot Toys collectibles. None of these figures that they're putting out are seeming to be a whole lot of production numbers. Whether you go ahead and take a look at Peacemaker, or you take a look at Dwayne Johnson, the Black Adam, or you go ahead and take a look at Valkyrie, or you take a look at the Grand Inquisitor, or the Third Sister from Star Wars, or you can go ahead and take a look at Gore, and I can go on and on and on. These type of characters, these type of releases are not exactly big, mega volume releases. And if you're going to come out with those characters, with the popularity of the Guardians of the Galaxy right now, I believe it's a sure bet you're going to get a Drax. And remember, when they do release it, go ahead and give the Dark Jedi Ares Tarrington his credit, baby. Look, I went through the same rigmarole with the community way back with No Way Home. Ares, they never do villains. They never do villains. They're not going to come out with them. I was like, why? They don't want to make money now? Lower production numbers? They're not going to give you the Doc Ock? He was in a darn movie. They're not going to give you the Green Goblin? They're not going to give you Jamie Foxx? Forever, why? I mean, if you're coming out with Peacemaker, okay? If you're coming out with Mighty Thor, if you're coming out with the Grand Inquisitor, okay, you're coming out with these figures, why the heck wouldn't you come out with Doc Ock? It's almost got to be insane that you wouldn't do that. That's going to be a hot seller. William Dafoe and the Green Goblin is going to be a hot seller. Jamie Foxx is going to be a hot seller. Of course you're going to come out with that figure. And you have to wonder, am I going to spill my coffee with another Yondu? Now, don't have a heart attack thinking it's going to be the same exact Yondu. Could have some differences. He was in the darn movie. They came out with a solo mold. And that was in a darn hologram. Yondu looked like he was right there. You mean to tell me they're not going to capitalize on that? What, they would make more money from a KX Enforcer droid? I want you to listen to this carefully. A KX Enforcer droid than a Yondu? And don't tell me they're going to army build Enforcer. No one's army building anything anymore. There's no money in the economy for that. The inflation that we're dealing with right now, and go look it up if you don't believe me, it's been the greatest in the last 45 years. Don't believe any garbage about it was like that in COVID or none of that is reality. The reality is, in 45 years, this is the worst. The worst. Forget about troop building. It doesn't matter. That's why the Purge Trooper is gone. And that's why you could get a 501st Deluxe or 501st Regular or a Coruscant Guard or a Remnant Trooper for under $200 on eBay. Pause for some calming tea. I get a little passionate about this stuff. I'd love to tell you about the trends that I'm seeing. Is it possible they don't give you a Yondu? Sure. That they don't go ahead and give you an Adam Warlock. That they don't go ahead and give you, Gamora. And they don't give you Nebula. They don't give you but why? Well, why wouldn't they? There's no... But with what they're coming out, they're absolutely going to be... These are future galactic drops. Is it the same thing back with No Way Home? Oh, no way they're going to give you Tobey Maguire. No, it doesn't make sense. I'll tell you what doesn't make sense, coming out with what they used to come out with. How many of those best car Mandalorians? Are you kidding me? Deluxe and non-deluxe? If you're still thinking that they're going to do it that way, only those things, you better think again. They ain't doing that no more. That is a loser for them to do that. It's too much. It's way too much volume. Way too much. And when you go ahead and take a look now at some of this, I'm going to pull this up onto this screen here. Let's take a look at this, baby. And is the Dark Jedi getting this? Yes. The Dark Jedi is going to get every one of these Guardians of the Galaxy 3 figures that Hot Toys decides to put out. I love the new uniforms. I know some don't. I do. I think this head sculpt is absolutely amazing. And Star-Lord, put it to you this way. I don't want to spoil anything, but the Dark Jedi loves possibilities and looking into his crystal ball with the Hot Toys wizard. I don't believe Star-Lord is done in the Marvel universe. Just saying. Oh, look at that right there. Who's that? Who's that? That's even more of a tease than they did with Yondu. Of course this is coming. Of course. What else does Hot Toys have to do? Look at that. To convince that they're going to be coming out with everything that they're teasing. And let's take a look at the separate rolling eyeball function with Star-Lord. I absolutely cannot wait to get this figure. Nice base. Looks like 5 pairs of hands. Very, very, very nice. Really exciting. Looking at this on the screen. Trying to blow that up even a little bit bigger. Yeah. There's Nebula right there. There's Nebula. Nebula and her sister Gamora. They're going to be coming out, I believe, with both of them from this film. For sure. Again, more and more announcements / drops. Less production of those announcements / drops. And that opens the door. That gives Hot Toys a magic wand to give us what we would used to think just a little bit ago, a couple years ago, would be the impossible. Would be outrageous. Would be crazy. And when you look at this banner over here, is Yondu really so far out thinking that they would go ahead and give us another version of Yondu from the Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Especially with this new mechanism that they're seemingly rolling out. And when they came out with that, when Solo movie came out, they weren't in this mechanism. So think about that. The whole notion of, oh, we're going to go ahead and wait now. They're going to wait to put out the Adam Warlock. They're going to wait. It's just like they were going to wait for the Ahsoka. They were going to wait for they're not going to wait. It was in the movie. In the movie with significant screen time. You're 100% going to get an Adam Warlock from this movie. That way you could get a different version of Adam Warlock when he appears in the next movie, baby. And if you don't think they're going to take the opportunity to use Michael Rooker again, Maybe you need to get off the calming tea and get on some of the Cantina coffee, baby. Mm-mm-mm. Gamora? Absolutely. Drax? 100%. These are all coming. And I'm so excited because this movie, I just absolutely love this movie. One of my favorite, my top three Marvel movies of all time, for sure, is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I just very much enjoyed it. And I just, I like James Gunn. What can I say? I like what he's doing. And you can spill your coffee over all this. It's coming. And you can thank in part the lower production numbers for a lot of the magic you're going to see. Take a look at the Dark Side Anakin. And I wouldn't panic that it's going to be a reissue of the Dark Side Anakin. Whether they come out with it from the Obi-Wan series, which I believe that they are, and it's already, they're just waiting to go ahead and announcement, or they go ahead and they give you another one from Revenge of the Sith 20th, which I believe that they're going to do as well. I don't believe it'll be the same version that's out on the market. And I don't even believe it'll just be a swap out of the base. Although if it is that, that's great. They could go ahead and do that. They're really into the rolling eyes function right now. I think you're going to get that. I think there's going to be some differences. I don't necessarily believe that the Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series needs to have the glowing orange red eyes that you should go ahead and see on this one. I really, really don't. But it can have that option and it's fine. But is it possible that it's going to be different than the one that was put out and not a straight up 2.0? And I say, absolutely. I don't believe it's going to be. So it's going to be different in that regard. We're going to get a different version of that particular figure. And this is just, for what this goes for in the secondary market and how much this is sought after. It's a highlight of my collection for sure. And I just really believe we're going to be getting Darth Vader pre-burnt to a crisp, ladies and gentlemen. I really, 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 really do. And when you go ahead, I mean, they already put out this figure. So to think that they wouldn't again, with the figures that they're coming out with left and right and over and over and over again, and this is kind of like the culmination of this band of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you know they're going to be going ahead and moving forward with different iterations and things with Marvel. I say no chance that they don't capitalize on this, especially with coming out with such low numbers on some releases. So this is coming, folks. You heard it right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And when you look at figures like this and characters like this, and I know that this is a running joke here on 6 Scale Cantina with the Dark Jedi, but is it possible that this is getting set to be released? Hold on, I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call from the Hot Toys Wizard. Wizard, oh, you sound just like Dave Bautista. Right. Well, yeah, I already just said that Drax is coming out again. But you're telling me about Jimmy Smits. Yes. Yes, I know he was in the Obi-Wan series. Yes, I know he was in Rogue One. Yes, I know he was in the prequels. Yes, I know he was in the Clone Wars. Yes, I know he's... Yes, I know he's in that, and he's in that, and he's going to be in that. So, really, that month? But wait, Wizard. The Wizard hung up on me. But did he just say that Bail Organa is coming? And I say, hell yes. Hell yes, baby. Good. And you want to talk about being able to reuse a head sculpt. You want to talk about being able to reuse a mold. Gosh, man, it's going to happen. I mean, honestly, with this figure right here, To be completely honest with you, this could be one of your Clone Wars 20th anniversary figures, and then go ahead and reuse it again for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. You have to wonder if they're going to do that with the Darth Sidious that they just came out with the Clone Wars. And you'll also have to wonder, would they dare do it this year with Table 3? And who sits on table? I'm getting another call from the Hot Toys Wizard. Yes. Now you sound like Ewan McGregor. Mm-hmm. Hello there to you as well. No, I'm not General Grievous. I would sound like this. General Kenobi. Well, that's what I'm talking about. If they come out with Grievous now, they could go ahead and put him out again for Revenge of the Sith. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could just put out a few thousand. And then put out a few thousand then. Bye, Wizard. Wizard's on fire. On fire tonight. On fire tonight, everyone. Jeepers creepers. But listen, are they going to go ahead and come out with all of the Guardians of the Galaxy from this movie? Are they going to come out with the Adam Warlock from this movie? Are they going to go ahead and come out with Gamora from this movie? And I say yes, yes, and yes. My goodness gracious, that's what's hot with Marvel right now. Just like what else was hot? This is what's hot from Marvel right now after Infinity War and Endgame. What else was hot? No Way Home. What did they give us with No Way Home? They gave us Doc Ock. They gave us Electro. They gave us the Green Goblin. They gave us the Lizard and the Sandman in the basis. They gave us Tobey Maguire. They gave us Andrew Garfield. Of course they're going to give you Tom Holland. You're going to see the same situation. This Guardians of the Galaxy is just as hot as that film. And it only makes sense from a profitability perspective, especially under the mechanism that they're under. You know what else makes sense? Don't discount that Yondu. Don't discount this. Remember, the Dark Jedi right here, he called all those bad guys from No Way Home. I called all those good guys from No Way Home. And I'm calling it again. I'm calling all these guys from the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't believe we're done with the Obi-Wan series. I don't believe we're done also. I don't believe we're done with the Obi-Wan series. I think we're going to get a couple Darth Vaders from there. Not only can you get Darth Vader, the dark side Anakin looking version, but is it possible that you can get Darth Vader on his throne and with a full Hayden Christensen head sculpt? And I say, of course, you can go ahead and get that figure. I don't think we're done with the Obi-Wan series. I still think we're going to get another Obi-Wan from that series. And I don't think we're done with the Book of Boba Fett. We didn't get Black Krrsantan. Oh, but we didn't get it yet. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We didn't get it yet. We didn't get the Bespin Han either. We didn't get it yet. We're still going to get it. That came out many more years ago before the Book of Boba Fett or the TV show. Get those theories out of your head as well. That means nothing. They could come out with anything from, they could come out with another holiday special figure. They come out with something from the comic book, the Arena Suit Boba Fett, for goodness sake. We're not done with the Book of Boba Fett. And we're certainly haven't even started with this guy. Chuck him down, put him down like another Leia, like another Queen Amidala. So many uses, so many appearances, so many different outfits too. Can we get a Grief Karga, please? From The Mandalorian. Are we going to get a Grief Karga from The Mandalorian Season 3? Yes. Are we going to get Paley? Yes. Are we going to get Grogu inside the IG unit? Yes. Are we going to get the Moff Gideon again in his new outfit? Yes. Are we going to get another Bo-Katan? Yes. Are we going to get an Axel Rose with a head sculpt? Yes. So, just we are. We're going to get a ton. This is Drunk on Coffee. I've got some calming tea. Let's drink it. Remember, I don't always drink calming tea, but when I do, let me do it again. I drink it and spill the darn stuff all over right here at 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.